Last year, I made a decision that might seem counterintuitive to many. I decided to neglect my social life. No more Wednesday game nights, no Friendsgivings, no summer festivals. And you know what? I've never been happier. But let's back up a bit. For years, my life was a whirlwind of social obligations. On the surface, it looked fun. But beneath that was a constant hum of exhaustion, a feeling of being stretched a bit too thin. So I took a step back. I turned down invitations. I stepped away from the noise, the crowds, the constant need to be on. Within that quiet space, I found something unexpected. I discovered years of myself that were buried under years of social chatter. I found peace in solitude, joy in quiet hobbies, and a sense of fulfillment that I just never experienced in the loudest of parties. You see, my world was just a constant carousel of social engagements, always spinning but never going anywhere. But something I never really shared before was, after each of these events, I was just left feeling just exhausted and really empty. When I was there, I was having fun, but I wasn't, you know what I mean? And as I got older, I just started to go less and less to these things because they didn't really serve me. I didn't really care about having to be flashy or having to make an appearance. And last year, I just kind of said, screw it. I'm not gonna do anything. Things that I normally would have gone to, that I would have jumped at, that I would have gone broke doing, like going to someone's wedding and spending way too much on their gifts. As I started to do this, I just got a lot more comfortable just being by myself, picking up old hobbies that I had neglected for years, getting back into my health, and ultimately even starting a YouTube channel. And honestly, I've never been happier in doing this. Just learning to enjoy my own company and being comfortable saying no to things and just putting myself first. And one of the first things I noticed was just a surge in creativity. Without this constant buzz of social interactions and needing to be places, my mind just has opened up a ton to just work on other things that I'm really passionate about. There has been this benefit just in these quiet moments of self-reflection where I could just ask myself that I would never normally be able to stop and ask myself, like, who am I when no one's watching? What really makes me happy when I don't have to have an obligation to do something for someone else? And perhaps the most surprising benefit is how much my relationships have actually evolved. I've gotten to see who really cares about me in life, who's totally cool with me doing something for myself and taking a beat and stepping back, and then knowing that I will be there for them, but I don't have to always be around. And realizing that who your true friends are that just respect your need for space sometimes. Now, I'm not saying social life is bad, far from it. It's just that sometimes we all try to rush to fill ourselves with experiences, but we forget to experience ourselves. The initial phase was rough. There was definitely a sense of FOMO where I would see friends at events online that I would typically be at, and I got a little jealous. But as these events continue to pop up, I realized that there's always gonna be new events. There's always gonna be new opportunities to do things. It's not a one-off scenario. And if this is something that you also want to kind of get after, there are a few things that I definitely suggest. The first just being starting small. You really just don't have to overhaul your life overnight. A lot of people tend to just do something very drastic and then it's not sustainable. It doesn't last. I started by just taking a little extra time for myself, just saying no to one event and then 2 and 3 and gradually just being kind of off the grid as much as I want it to be. And then those blocked weekends were no longer there. I was open to make time for doing things like filming YouTube videos or just relaxing. And I've also just started to embrace journaling a lot more. I had never really did this before, but once I started journaling, I could reflect on what I was actually feeling, things that I was suppressing, and I was letting them out. And I'd look back and I thought that I felt a certain way a while ago, but I really didn't. I was really actually miserable and there was a clear pattern. And learning to disconnect, just being okay and comfortable with turning your phone off for a few hours a day, not going to bed with technology, finding just different periods in your life where you're not interacting with anything other than yourself. Be meditating, running, working out, just doing something else. Drawing, we're drawing right now. It's been really weird. I've never really drawn before. And then reconnecting with everyday tasks that see, I'm neglecting them right now. See, and then they'll just keep calling. They'll just keep calling. You gotta be strong. I think a misconception is being in solitude means you're a lot more introverted or you're antisocial, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I mean, I do consider myself introverted, but I feel like I don't dislike people. I just want more time to be alone and be with myself and focus on things that I'm trying to do, like build a channel or work on my health, and not neglect that for going out and getting drunk. It's really easy to just slip back in old habits and go back to the ways that you're accustomed to and to give in to peer pressure and temptation. And I'm really just trying my best to hold off on that and stand strong and just tell them that I'm working on things that I care about right now, and I will still go out with you, but it's not going to be all the time. I know this video is kind of a rant. I just thought that it was important to make because, yeah, a lot of people are reaching out lately and asking, where am I? Why am I not fun anymore? And it gets to me sometimes, but in reality, I'm just kind of taking a different direction with myself. I'm really just trying to put my best foot forward to work on my passions and to save money and to not have to go out and just saying no when it's something I don't really want to do. Hopefully this resonates with someone and this will give them the encouragement and the ability to just say no to some things and just allow yourself to be okay with seeing something on Instagram and not having a reaction that you're not there. There's always going to be things to do. There's always going to be that new festival, but you just have to always prioritize giving yourself just time to be alone and connect with yourself and not just be so caught up on the go and having to be somewhere. Thanks for watching. Again, I hope you gained something valuable from this, and let's talk in the comments about it. If there's something that you have an insight about, I'd love to hear from you guys. And let me know what you want me to make a video on next, what interests you, and I'm happy to do that. I'm just in full video mode this year, and I just can't wait to see where this channel goes because it's growing. It's really exciting to see. And with that said, I'll see you in that next video. Later.